Alright, so what I'm going to do here is show you how to trim your videos and then upload them to YouTube as well. And there's a built-in way to do this, and it's quite simple. So what you'll do first is go to File Explorer. Now keep in mind, mine will look a little different. This is still Windows 10, but Windows 11 will be similar. So go to File Explorer, find wherever your videos are, and I just have a couple videos here, just some random stuff from my computer. And then what you'll do is right click on it. Now Windows 11 will look different, but there's an option in File Explorer when you right click that says something like more or more options or something to that effect. And then it takes you to the menu that looks like this that has all of the different options. So you just want to find that option in the Windows 11 menu and then click on it. And then it'll pop up like this. So then you'll click open with, not click, but hover over open with. And it doesn't do anything if you click it, but just hover over it. And then you want to open it with photos. So we'll hover over open with and click photos. And that will open it in the Photos app. And it'll start playing, and I'm going to just pause it. So then once we're in photos, we want to go up here. So there's this middle set of options, and the far left one is video trim. So you can click on it, you can hold control and press E, control E, or we're just going to click on it here. And then that takes you to the trimming options. So there's three things that we're going to use here. There's this one little bar at the end that trims the end, the little bar at the beginning that trims the beginning, and then there's this little dot with the bar below it that shows you where the playhead is, it's called. So that's what's playing currently up here. So we use this to check where we want to stop it. So you could find, oh, I want to stop it about here, and then drag it about over there and see, say you want to trim it to, and what I want to do here is say, trim it to when that menu pops away, like when it goes away. So we would drag it about there, and then we can take this little bar and move it back slightly, and I'm going to mute it, but you can do it with audio. I'm going to press play, and it'll play, well, yeah. So it's playing, and then that menu is going to disappear in just a moment. So there we go. So I'm making sure, and maybe it went on a little too long. Maybe something else happened. Maybe it's not quite long enough, but just click play, and you can also just press the space bar actually. But make sure you're finding where you want to trim it to, and put this little rectangle where you want to trim to. And then you just do the same with the beginning. Now there's probably visual cues of when you want to start it and stop it, and you can also listen to the audio. So just play around with it, and once you do it a couple times, it'll get pretty familiar and it'll go quicker. But once you have it trimmed to where you want, and this is where I want, there's two saving options. You can save as copy, and I'll show you what that does right now. We click save as copy, and then it asks you where you want to save it. So we can click videos, we could go into a folder or something, and we can change the name, and we do want to save it as MP4. But then you just click save here, and that'll create another file wherever you told it to. So then you just click save, of course. But I'm going to cancel that and show you the other option, which is you can click this arrow down and you can click save. Now, what this does, it tells you right there, video will be overwritten with the latest edits. So that means that this new edited file is going to take the place of the previous version. So if you don't want the originals, then I would recommend this option because it doesn't take extra storage. It'll take actually slightly less storage. Saving a copy is great if you want the originals for some reason, like if you want to keep the recorded questions or something like that, and you're just wanting to upload the actual Bible study portion, then you could save a copy, and then you have the original with the question session and everything, and the Bible study, and then you have the edited one for YouTube that's just the Bible study itself. But if you don't want to keep the originals, just click that little arrow and click save, and it'll overwrite the file. So when I click save, it doesn't work correctly because this is a virtual machine running on my computer, and I I don't know if I haven't updated it yet or what, but yours will work because it's a normal computer and you shouldn't have any problems. And if you do, of course, you can contact me and let me know, but you shouldn't have any problems there. So either way, you'll save it, wait for it to finish, and then it'll update here or it'll populate and create a new file wherever it is. So I'm just going to cancel though because I don't need to save any of this. But once you've edited all your files, I do recommend, because the next step is uploading to YouTube. So by default, it takes the name of the file. So if you name this Ecclesiastes for whatever, then or this file is how to set up Square Online shipping rates, then it's going to take that name and it's going to make it the title on YouTube by default. So what I would recommend is that you don't need to, but what I would recommend is changing the file names as you go to the title of your Bible study. So then in YouTube, there's a clear indication of what that YouTube video is. And you can add your name to the end, like Ecclesiastes for whatever, and then add dash Doug Wendt or something, or you can also add that afterwards. So there's an option we can do, select multiple files, right click it, rename, and okay, sorry, I was wrong about that one. That's a Mac option. But in YouTube, we can add text to the beginning or the end of the titles to all of them by selecting all of them and then doing a bulk edit action. So you can do that, but probably just rename them as you go, rename the files, and that'll be the easiest option. So next I'm going to show you how to upload them to YouTube, and you'll see what I mean about the titles. So we'll go over to YouTube. We'll click the little video and plus icon here. Click upload video. And then what we can do, there's two options here. We can click select files and then find where our files are and select them. I'm just gonna upload these two because they're smaller. And we can select and then click open. Or if that's too much or there's a bunch of stuff and it just is kind of small and harder, then you can also go into File Explorer, put it over YouTube, so layer that window over YouTube, and then you can select all your different files, and then you can drag it and then drop it over into YouTube, and just make sure you drop it inside that square in YouTube, but not in File Explorer. So just drop it there, and then you can click over into YouTube, and it'll show these two videos are uploading, and then they're uploaded, they're very small. So then we can close that, and then I have two videos. Now you'll have a lot more, I'm sure, but I just have the two videos, and you see how it took the title from the file name. So you won't have to do anything to the titles if you have renamed the files to what you want. So the only thing we need to do is, of course, wait for it to finish checking and processing whatever. But before we do that, we can update the visibility. So what we want to do is update it to unlisted, and that's what it says right here. But to do that, we just check each video, and then you just check all the videos you want to update the visibility on, and then, well, sorry, there's two things we want to do to it. So we want to add it to a playlist. So for that, we do a new playlist for you because in the Tampa YouTube, there's no Bible studies one. But if there is already one, then you would just check it. But I'm going to create a new one and show you how to do that. So click New Playlist, give it a name. I'm going to call it Bible Study 2, and then set the visibility. So public is where it's visible to the public, searchable, it can be found in the search results on YouTube. Private is where you have to share it with specific people's Google accounts. We don't want that. It might sound like we want that, but you have to share it specifically with a Google account, and that's not what we want. So we want this third option, which is unlisted. So that just means it can't be found in search results on like Google or search engines or on YouTube, but it is accessible if you go directly to the video link, which is randomly generated, and it's it's mostly secure. So it's not secure for like confidential information, but it is secure enough for information like this where we just don't want people to stumble upon it, but if someone is trying to access it, then that's fine. So for this purpose, it's perfectly safe and secure, and it's a sufficient option. So we'll click unlisted, click create, and if you're creating a new playlist, it'll check it by default, and then we can check this one. But whatever playlist you want to add it to, just do that and then click save, and it updates it immediately. And then the next thing is what I told you earlier, but then I remembered the playlists. We want to update the visibility. So for that, we go to edit, we click visibility, and then we have the same drop down with the same options of public, private, and unlisted. And again, we want the unlisted option. So once we have selected unlisted, then we click update videos. And now it's just warning us that while we're doing a bulk edit, we won't be able to do another bulk edit, and it's going to update all of the selected videos with the options that we've changed. And that's what we want to do. So then we do update videos. And then we'll wait a few minutes and it'll be done. So you can go away, it's just running in the background. This may take a few minutes if you're updating a bunch of videos, but that's fine. If you just uploaded them and they're like an hour long each, then they're going to take a while to process anyways, so it's not like you're losing any time of people being able to access it. So once those update and everything's uploaded and processed and checked by YouTube after a day, maybe two, then it'll all be available for the members, and we can make a post on the church page, or we can send it in an email, or we can do whatever we like. And I can show you how to share that playlist right now. So what we would do is go over to playlists, and then we would find the playlist that we're looking for, and then we can click watch on YouTube, or I believe we can just go over here. Yeah, so what we'll do is we just click on this icon, and then this will go to the playlist editor. And what we're going to do is we'll see all of these. We can rename it and change the visibility and everything, give it a description. But what we really want to do is click the share icon. It's a little arrow. We'll click share, and then it gives us a link, and we'll click copy link. And then it's copied to the clipboard. So then what we can do is just paste that into an email to members, or we can paste it into a post on the church page, and I'll show you what it looks like for the users. Well, I'll need to open it differently. I'll open it in a private window where I'm not logged in. So what it'll look like for the members is this. Well, so they're not visible yet because they haven't processed, but it'll just be a list of videos and then they can share it with someone else if they want. And these just haven't processed yet, but they'll be able to see a list of videos and scroll through and find the video they're looking for. And then, um, and that's all really, is you just edit the videos and then upload them to YouTube, add them to the playlist, set their visibility, and then we'll be able to share a playlist with the brethren or post it on the page, the UCT page. So let me know if you have any questions or need any other help, and I'm happy to help you get it done. I'll talk to you later.